Hello. I wanted to take this time to make a video about 5 things that personally I like about my 2017 Focus ST. So I got this video and I watched a bunch of guys. Main person I got into when I first bought the car, Jeebs, Geebs. He had a Focus ST, educated me like quite a bit about things to look out for, things you can do, stuff like that, and the cars. But first things first, one thing that I love about this car is the looks, especially with if you get it at night, you hit those lights. That right there, I just think that looks damn good. And that's personally my opinion. As far as looks, initially I wasn't really big into Focuses. I honestly wasn't much of a Ford guy. Once again, I apologize for the weather, so I don't know how great the audio is going to turn out. But I just didn't really like the Focuses, like early models, like the early 2000s, and then even the pre-facelift ones. I wasn't really much into those either. And these ones came out, and I just kind of, I don't know, I just kind of fell in love with them. Number 2 is the fact that it is a manual. I've driven manuals most of my life. First vehicle I owned was a 98 Dodge Ram. So that one obviously automatic. But everything since then, I mean, I've had old Jeeps. One thing I've had previous to this was an '07 Chevy Cobalt. That one, I love that one. That one ended up getting held out last year once again due to the phenomenal weather we have. That one got held out, and the insurance gave me more than I thought I was going to get. So I took that and got a down payment on this. And once again, I believe that everybody should drive a manual, or at least know how to. Number 3 is going to have to be the fact that it is a turbo car. So the Cobalt that I mentioned before, that one was the supercharged model. This one, first ever turbo car that I've owned, any experience. But what I love about this one is you get to 2.5, like 2.25, like 2,500 RPM, and like it just pulls, and it's quite an experience, because previously coming from supercharged naturally aspirated vehicles, you don't get that. So I've never felt the sensation of a turbo before, so that's pretty good. Number 4, as far as things that I love, is just the aftermarket love that these things have. I mean, it's ridiculous. And essentially, or I guess basically coming from having my Cobalt, you just had one person. Like, there was just one company you could go to make like aftermarket parts for these, or for the aforementioned Cobalt. Going from one company to going to a plethora of companies that make aftermarket parts for this is just, I mean, it's pretty great. I mean, sky's the limit as far as what you want to do and what you can do to these cars. Last thing, number 5, things that I love about this is going to have to be the sound. The sound, I currently have an intake. I got an AFE Takeda intake on it, and I went out and got a Magnaflow muffler from AutoZone, and ended up putting that on. And I got some nice tips here. Got these nice black chrome exhaust tips. shine some light on the situation. Those are pretty nice, but the sound of it, and I'll have to make a later video about the get some sound clips for you guys of the turbo and the exhaust. But the sound stock, and I feel like that's everybody's biggest complaint, is the how quiet these are stock. But I mean, you get a decent exhaust and you put an intake on it. Even at that, I've seen people just do upgraded filters, either K&N filter or one of those green filters, and you get that turbo noise. But yeah, just small things. It's, you know, just little things. You can, like, going back to the aftermarket comment, like, you could do little things. You could just do an intake for that turbo noise. You could just spend $100-something on a blow off valve. You know, you can do an exhaust, or you could take it to, I mean, you could gut it, put a cage in it. There's people that do like chassis braces, big turbo. I mean, the sky's the limit with these. But for now, this is my 27 Focus ST, and those are the 5 things that I happen to love about it. Thanks for watching. See you later.